Hello everyone and welcome back to Smithies 11. This is episode 11 of my FIFA 16 Ultimate Team series where I try to bring my team of Smiths up to the Ultimate Team divisions. Our featured player for today's episode is Nathan Smith, so he'll be getting the plus 10 all attributes training card, and look at that pace, 98 pace. Still only 75 overall, but he looks like a really good player and hopefully he can make a difference in the game of the episode where we use that attribute card. Now we're in Division 6, we've started off with 2 draws, so an average start. Definitely going to need to pick up our game if we want to get to Division 5, so let's see how we can go. For this first game of the episode, we'll use a silver pace card on Corey and a silver pace card on Naismith. Really like using them, it just gives us a bit of extra pace, which is sorely needed. Here's our first opponent. As you can see, a lot of pace. It's very hard to counter that with Smithies 11. Let's see how we can go. At the first chance of the game, Corey Smith putting a good pass for Alan, who should have finished there, and my opponent was able to clear it. Remy had a chance here, was off balance though and not troubling Smithies. Then on 23 minutes, Corey put in a great ball, and Michael's shot was saved by the keeper. Looked like a pretty even game at this stage. Jonathan threw on goal, but saved the follow-up. And then Alan Smith hitting the post. And then Depay was in on goal just before half-time, and he fired wide. So it was a very even first half. Both teams probably unfortunate not to score. Brought on Naismith and Mikhail Smith to see if they could be difference makers. In the 69th minute, Remy was put on goal, but he had a weak shot, and then we had a disconnection. I think that one must have been on the EA servers. Both teams still in the game, no reason to quit. So it was a bit disappointing in the end. It looked like it was going to be a really good game. Not many shots, but it was a tight tussle. Still 2 points from 2 games. Use the same team, the same boosts for the second game of this episode. Didn't count the training points used because I thought that was a bit unfair given the game didn't count. And here was our opponent. Another Premier League team. Another challenge. See how we can get past Kyle Walker at the back there. Inside 6 minutes I had a good opportunity. Matt being put through on goal here. Keeper coming out and making the save. Had the chance for a follow-up, but too many defenders in the way. Couldn't get anything from it. My opponent seemed keen to test out Smithies. Ramsey going from long range, but you're going to need better than that to beat Smithies, I think. Corey had a bit of space here on the wing. Plenty of grass in front of him. It was tackled away while I was in the box. Cries for a penalty were ignored. And in first half stoppage time, I just hiked the ball forward from Corey. Matt Smith collecting it and just refused to be muscle off the ball. A good opportunity, hitting the post, but then Alan Smith was there to collect the rebound. That's a good goal from Alan Smith in the right place at the right time. He seems to pop up when we need him. Should have scored the first, should have scored the second. Didn't make any mistake with the third. Good goal from Alan Smith. Made 3 changes at half time, and that prompted my opponent to make 2 changes of his own. And we were in for a tight tussle in the second half. I defended well here, just keeping myself between the player and the goal. Just chopping it back and forward, but he just can't get anything. And eventually I made the interception. Just good defence, typical of Smithies 11. His tight dribbling did eventually find an opening. Smithies called into action there with a good save. And then again here, Pedro getting the ball on the outside. Cutting inside, Nathan can't keep up with him. But a bad angle. Saved by Smithies. From the corner, Rakitic put the ball in. John Terry got the header, but then Ben Teke finished it off. So in the 82nd minute, 1-1, Smithies 11 have coughed up the lead. Very disappointing. Didn't give up though. In the 87th minute, Naismith had the ball and just refused to give it up. Beats one man. Goes past two, just cutting through them. And my opponent goes for the slide tackle, and it's a penalty, obvious penalty. Brain fart by my opponent there. And Naismith, terrible penalty, but slots it away anyway. 2-1 to Smithies 11. We've reclaimed the lead in the 89th minute. A very weak penalty, and the keeper stayed in the middle. Not able to get anything on it though. And they all count, so 2-1 to Smithies 11. And that's how the game would end. Good victory. Disappointing to cough the lead up so late, but to come away with the 3 points, very good. Smithies man of the match, made a lot of good saves in this game, well deserved. It's just a really good all-round performance from the team. For this third game, we're using Nathan Smith's plus 10 all attributes card as the featured player, so he's got 98 pace for this game. Also putting a silver pace card on Naismith. Here's our opponent. German squad that has some superstars. We'll see how they perform. They conceded early without even getting possession of the ball. Moore going through him and scoring, and it looked like we were going to be in for a long game. He almost had another one just minutes later. Just heading over. I was in trouble. Then on 20 minutes, Smithies had an absolute howler, getting no air at all on the clearance. Straight to his player. He hasn't made many mistakes, Smithies, and he's won us some games, but that was certainly one of them. So I'm down 2-0. And just before the break, I had my first good chance of the game. Corey Smith making some space for himself, but on his left foot, it's never really going to go in. Adam Smith came close, hit the bar, but time was running out. Didn't look like I was going to get anything from this game. Smithy's saving me there, maybe making up for his howler before. Alan Smith almost scoring a screamer, but saved by his keeper. Then my opponent made it 3. The kind of ball that you know Smithies 11 can't deliver, and it was a good finish. 3-0. That's how it ended. I was happy for it to finish. I was never in the game, conceding in the 3rd minute. 3-0 loss. No one really performed well. Even with 98 pace, Nathan was just ineffective. There we have it. So after that disappointment, let's see if we can finish the episode off strongly. Just applying a silver pace card on Corey Smith. Still have the silver pace card on Naismith. We didn't use him off the bench. So here's our opponent. Solid looking team. Unspectacular. Pretty good central defenders. Let's see if we can beat them. As so often happens with Smithies 11, took a long shot early, trying to challenge Smithies, not quite realising how good he really is. And I restricted him to a pretty poor shot from there. Got a bit ambitious here. Nathan whipping in a good cross. But the first time effort from Michael was interesting. Negredo picked up the ball in midfield and I just could not get it off him. He used a lot of strength. And he opens the scoring. Smithies 11 are down again. Nathan was having success getting down the wing, but instead of crossing this time, he passed it in. Found it back to Alan Smith. And Michael Smith powers it home. Much better shot than the last one. Good ball movement. Good pass in. And past the keeper. Smithies 11 hit right back. We're back in this game. 1-1. Michael Smith, the superstar striker. Really, really good goal there. Almost conceded straight away. But I was able to defend well, come back, bully him off the ball. And the long shots continue. That one's straight at Smithies. Not a problem. Half time I brought on Naismith and Mikhail Smith. Extra options up front. And just after the restart, Corey had some space, beat one man, cut into the box, cuts it back to Michael, who finishes. So that's his second goal of the game. Michael Smith is not intimidated by this division. And we've taken the lead after falling behind 1-0, now in front 2-1. Good stuff from Smithies 11. Another nice goal, good vision in the box there from Corey. Corey Smith made a good pass here to Michael, who put it back to Mikhail Smith, who had a good chance, but saved by the keeper. And I dominated the second half, and that's how the game ended, 2-1. So very good to get the win, especially after going down. Corey Smith was man of the match. He really played well on the outside for me. Gave me a lot of options. Michael Smith with the 2 goals. Good to see the 2 Smith boys performing well. Assists from Alan and Corey. That was 7 shots to 5. Pretty tight game. It's good to hold on to the win. So there we are at the end of the episode. 8 points from 5 games. On track for promotion if we can keep it up. Definitely holding our own in Division 6, which is good to see. But thanks for watching. Make sure you hit subscribe if you want to be kept up to date. Leave us a comment. Let me know how you think the series is going. And I'll see you again next time.